Alrighty. If anybody's watching, can you hear us now?
All right, yeah, I can hear now. Just a little bit of a technical snafu.
Yeah, this one's totally on me. We had this wonderful commentary going, and I forgot to unmute us. So unfortunately, you missed those lovely call outs from Dustin, and we will hopefully not have any more of those tonight. You see a Ricci already to the right, and
The weight is
looks like the
1-4. Yeah, quite a bit of overlap, but there's 1-1 and 1-4 left in the wall.
No hesitancy to hit the button this time.
Yeah, I gotta scare people off. It's not bad.
Yeah, Ricci door 1. Totally fine, especially in 4th place. Let's get some points and move us forward to our dealership.
Yeah. The dealer has some potential with that Yakuai pair and the Dora. They can still build a hand. Ideally, they get a 5 so they don't throw that 4.
Well, speaking of
And they
which,
get it.
so now you're wondering, can I make a Tanyao? Can I make Itsu? Oh, but the 9 pin was already, sorry, 9 mon was already cut. But Tanyao Pinfu, that's not a bad play here.
Yeah, definitely not. And Adora as well.
It's still 1-4's kind of a weak weight from what we can see. Only 2 left in the wall.
Yeah, and 3 of them are already in their own hand.
Albert thought for a while about calling that. Decided it isn't time to open up just yet.
Yeah, they at least didn't see any in the discard, so it wasn't bad. It's just unfortunate having so much in their hand and 3 in the other player's hands.
Oh, right. From Rizing's perspective, this is perfectly fine reach. Oh, another Dora. Can you push something like the 5 pin here or the 6 so? No, just the 3. So playing it very conservatively.
Yeah, they do have a good second, so playing conservatively isn't bad here or anything.
Yeah.
Could have cheated that 4, but then they would have to drop the 2.
And even though it's Suji, it's always uncomfortable to drop a Dora against a Ricci. Speaking of which, Ricci from the left, Michael throws that stick out. Oh, but there's the Sumo finally.
Yeah. The last 4, and the player cross just drew the last one that they could have drawn. Ricci, Sumo, Dora,
and then
and
a bunch
lot
of
of
reach
6 at the
sticks.
table.
Yeah.
The value brings that to about a Mangan, just a 3 Han Sumo.
Well, that's a huge win for Rizeng, and we will move to their dealership. Chun pair, Anko of the 9 pin. This hand seems like it could be pretty fast, especially with the Dora. You're not terribly upset to call for 2,000 or 3,900, depending on how the Fu ends up.
Yeah, definitely just call the Chun, right?
Here it is, and taken. Good. Ooh, hand to the right looks nice for Pinfu as well. Potential Tanyao. There is a Dora in hand, so that some Bishan Ted for some good value.
Yeah, they don't have a pair yet, but it's still pretty good for this early.
Absolutely, I would love to be in that seat right now. Let's see, across the table, a few pairs, an Anko now. Looks like it's just gonna be a Ricci Dora 1, and then to the left, just awkward shapes. There's Dora acceptance, but you have to draw it. And right now, the other hands are doing better at drawing the Dora. Ooh, shape upgrade to the right.
Yeah, the hand on the left. Ooh, double. Yeah, Dora pair for the dealer now.
All of a sudden, this hand's become
very nice Yushanten.
Yeah, 5,800 to 7,700. And this is Tempai for Julian. Could take the Ricci Tanyao Pinfu with the 9 Dora 1 with the 9 mon cut. It does do so. 4-7 will be the weight. Anko 4 across the table, making this weight look worse, but there's still 3 left in the wall to be drawn.
Right. 3 left isn't bad.
Oh. I was wondering if we're going to see the 3 so come out and a push for Toy Toy Dora 2 or 3 even from dealer, but instead plays it, finds a pair to discard. Yeah. It's one chance with the 6 so's that had been cut earlier, so if you can get one to pass, then it's likely that you will. Then you can get the other one to pass too. And still Ishan 10 here, technically.
Yeah, not as good as an Ishanten if they just kept the 8-so pair, but playing it safe isn't the worst in the world.
Right, dealing into a big hand would drop you into fourth is not a desired position. But, oh, Tempai, okay.
Yeah, and 4-so was safe. That last 4-pin is drawn, but it fits in the hand.
Oh, there's the 8-so. But we're waiting on the 4.
Yeah, there would have been a nice Sananko, assuming they would drop the 3-5.
Yeah,
But
that's
that doesn't look too great, although the
Eat.
5 is safe now. And a Ricci from across the way. The weight is
6-9.
6-9 mon. Ooh, the 4 comes out, being safe to both of the Riccis. 9,600 for the dealer, absolutely great. And first and second are just 100 points away from each other.
Yeah, things have been quite spicy. The Fu in that hand happened to be 50, bringing it up to the 9,600 total. With all the self-drawn Ankos. Well, in this hand, the spice one, I'm kind of looking to the right at that Anko of the Haku and thinking, can I make a Honitsu out of this? Declines the con to begin. What do you think?
That's a little much. I mean, I like the con flow, but that's maybe a bit too early. I did notice the dealer hand could have that 79 Sanshoku, maybe even Junshan, but it probably won't be that. But maybe the 79 Sanshoku at least.
Yeah, once the second one bonding gets translated, you're like, wait a second, I might have had Junchan here. Oh, but yeah, 789 looking really good now.
You have a different... now that 6-so could be the pair.
Exactly. Hannah Cross doesn't look bad either. Oh, is that Ishan 10? Yeah, it is. If you pair up the 6 or 7 Mon, then you have a chance at the 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of value.
And then the hand to the left, Ishan 10 as well, seeking a pair right now.
It has a 7 Mon pair. And now that is Tempai. Could wait on the 5-8 Ricci Pinfu Tanyao.
Well, one away.
Actually, no. Oh, it's... Oh, I thought
I
it was
misread
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I misread the pin shape too. But yeah, very nice Ishanten there. So everyone's getting close at this point. Interestingly, the Dora not really a factor in this hand at all. One has been discarded across the table by Michael, and there are 3 that are still sitting in the wall.
Ricci from the hand on the right, waiting on...
Has some choices. Just 6-9.
Sadly, a 9 is almost dead.
Maybe
1-6, 1-9 left in the wall.
Yeah, perhaps like trapping that. 2 9-so have just come out. Especially if you didn't have calls on, there was no lag or anything like that when they were discarded. So I'm maybe hoping that could bait someone into dropping the last one.
Right.
The alternate weight would have been the 2, 5, 7, so 3-sided, which is not bad either.
Yeah, definitely not. The dealer, if they get Tempai, they might end up throwing the 6-so, which would deal in, unfortunately.
Yeah, it would probably depend on what type of Tempai they get.
Well, yeah, it could just stay in their hand. If they get a 4 or 7, so...
This might be a route to retaining both of those. Oh, this is Tempai. Declares it.
It's waiting on the 7. That's a dead weight. Hopefully they don't deal in.
Yeah, from their perspective, there's 3 available. Oh, but the Tonki wins. What?
Sanshoku Tanyao picking up this Ricci 6. And just 1,000 change between 3rd and 4th now.
That is wild. We'd been looking at the hand and saying if they could pair up the 6 or the 7, you'd have that Sanshoku. Ended up having to call the sequence itself and wait on the pair, but ended up drawing the pair in the end. And so we moved to South 1. We've gone around once. It's Julian's dealership a second time. Has a door in hand. And some shapes, they're not amazing. Kanchan, Penchan, but it's workable. To the right, we have the Anko of the West. It's a hand that wanted to be Chanta until you drew the Anko of the 7. Now it just looks like Ricci. Across the
Come.
table, potentially Peiko in the upper Sozu, with Dora 2 possible. Even Dian Peiko possible, actually.
Yeah.
Quite excited to see that come together. And then to the left, we saw the North call from Rizeng, a Dora in hand. Would probably just be the 2,000 points upon completion.
And that pay call on the left, looking to accelerate. They'll have paid Dora. Not, yeah, looking really good.
Ishantan now.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 Ryanman Ishanten, 2,000 points, and you get a secure first place with that.
Yeah, even though there's still 3 rounds left, you would rather play those 3 rounds from a first place position. Toyman has drawn a
Come.
9-pin, which doesn't help the Dian Peiko, but it does improve the shapes. So that is Ishanten.
7-Mon Khan reveals the White Dragon is a Dora, but they're sadly all in the pond. So the last one, which won't be usable since it can't be paired up.
We did see Rizeng find Tempai on the 1-4 Mon. And now Tempai across the table for Albert on the 8-so for Ipeco Door 2. Oh, but this one is coming out.
Don't.
And we'll deal into the cheap hand. Yeah, that was Ishanten for Michael there, who had a fairly strong hand.
Yeah, definitely fair to just stay dominant with the weight being the Dora and only the Dora.
Yeah, and maybe there's a world where, as a result of staying Dama, you can work yourself into that Dian Peiko.
Great south pair up for the dealer in this hand. Could be a 6-7-8 Sanchiku, maybe. It's not too far away.
Yeah, there's a world where that comes together. Now, we're probably not going to see this happen because we can see the south is also paired up to the right. So Mochi Mochi on that tile. But how willing are you to call the south if it comes out in the first couple of discards? Do you like to call that immediately, or do you like to wait a couple turns, wait for the second one, or see if you can reach?
If it's a kind of hand where you feel like you have to call it, then absolutely call it. I feel like the dealer, if anyone throws it, it'll be the dealer. Obviously, if you're double south, you just keep that 100%. And since you have that 1-2-3 call, you need that double south to have a Yaku. So they're definitely not throwing the double
Come.
souths unless some Rishi comes out and they're like, well, we have double Yakoi pair. Surely it's safe. Let's Tenpai across the way. 2-5-pin.
And that's a hand that can actually win. The Tempai to the right
Yeah.
has no Yaku yet until the south gets called, but we can see that's not going to happen.
Yeah, just the White Dragon. But since you're first, just move things along.
Oh, the draws are coming together. Back-to-back Easts for Julian on the left, and that has 2 Dora. So which Yamen do you want? We'll choose to drop the 5-6 Mon, which seems like a great choice for what we can see. A lot of the 4-7s being used up in other hands. However, the 6-9, so which is usually
Eat.
reasonable, is a little bit thin, as the dealer has 3 of those in hand, 3 of the 6-so in hand, and declares the Ricci.
Yeah, 4-7-pin. We've 1-4, 3
Come.
7s left in the wall.
Oh.
Well, Khan from across the way, making the 7-pin Dora extra dangerous to drop, but really valuable for the dealer if they get it.
Everything looking for a little bit extra, having been Tempai. And there's Tempai for Albert, a Tempai that could win on the south, but it's never going to because the souths are locked up in Michael's hand.
Yeah, maybe they just keep Tenpai, depending on how this hand goes.
Would just be the 2 Han double south. Oh, no, there's a door there, so 3 Han. Yeah, that might be worth pushing a little bit.
Yeah, I guess there could be a world where you get the shift to 1-2-3 Sanjiku, but there's only one so left, I believe. They already threw one before.
Oh, there's that dangerous Dora, and Julian will not discard it.
Still one left in the wall. And the 4-pin. And there goes the Dreams of Sanchiku for the hand on the right, but maybe they'll be happy with keeping Tenpai as long as they can't deal in.
All of these dangerous pin 2 tiles getting drawn by Julian, who had a hand worth fighting for, but it's rapidly turning into something that he won't be able to push.
Yeah, lots of doors. So you're tempted to push, but you can't win without Ricci. And just gonna have to fold out there.
Yeah. All right, the last few draws. One more chance for dealer to find that sumo, but
Another 7, but there's still the 4. And the last draw.
Ah!
Oh, it does not get it.
3 players
So-
tempai. Albert managed to maintain the tempai all the way to the end. On the right.
Yeah, that Tenpai hit on Julian is big for Rizang since they get a decent gap now.
Yeah, that's a 4,000 point swing. As Julian loses 3,000 and Rizing picks up 1,000. Right, this dealer hand from Michael wants to pair up an otter. Unfortunately, not a lot of value just yet. Swing.
Yeah, it could be a Pinfu hand, but they'll probably just throw those honors.
Yeah, and just hope to draw better shapes. There's a first tune that could be called across the way in Rizing's hand. Looks like he wants a little bit more. We'll play this a little bit patiently. Here's the second tune. Now do you want it? No. Rizing says either Irichi or nothing.
I don't think. I think you could just call it. I mean, you're up ahead, not by a lot, but by a decent amount. Just call, end the hand.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if just the shapes in hand had something to do with it. Not liking the shapes after the call or feeling vulnerable after the call. Oh my goodness, the hand to the right keeps drawing amazingly. Fails in a Yankan. And
yeah,
we
this
see...
weight. I think it's the 1-4-2.
Yes.
1-4 or so 2 mon.
Would be Ricci, Nomi, or Ricci Tanya if the 4 comes into play, or the 2 mon.
2 is probably the least likely to come out since door adjacent.
But it could come out of Julian's hand, as Julian is just chased with the 7 mon. Ricci Haku. 3 of those tiles still in the wall. It's actually a surprising number. And now Suji Trap set up.
Just one so and 2 mon left in the wall for the Ricci on the right.
So interestingly, the Penchon has an equal number of weights in the wall as the 3-sided weight does, but the 3-sided will win out.
Yeah, Ricci Sumo Tanyao. No Ura, but 330. Decent hand. Brings it just above second.
Quite interesting. 3 players now above 30,000. We move to Albert's second dealership here. Starts with an East and a Dora West. We'll see how long Albert decides to hold on to that Dora. Looking around real quickly, I don't see any other Dora in hand, so could draw into multiples. And looking to the right. 3 pairs. Probably a Ricci, maybe a Ricci between Fu. Depending on the
maybe
draws.
a 1-2-3 Sanchoku.
Well, that would be fun. Would take some maneuvering, but
there's a lot of maneuvering since the hand across the way has 3 1s. But there's still that one. I believe we got a freeze.
Yeah, I'm looking at Michael's. It hasn't discarded yet. Usually we don't freeze mid-game like this, but I did notice it was lagging on the previous couple discards. So maybe I'll give it another few seconds. If we don't see anything, we'll just hit that refresh button. Yeah, we'll go for it right now. Oh, welcome back. Ricci Patsumo. I have no idea what happened. I actually, usually it only freezes in between rounds like this. I've never seen it freeze mid-round, so it was quite interesting. But, well, that was Julian picking up the win there. That sumo knocks Albert just barely below 30,000 as we enter South 4, reaching the dealer in first place, but just barely. Julian chasing on the right, and Julian's got a good hand. Already an Ankh of the East Wind. Even Ricci Nomi would, well, Riichi Nomi Tsumo. Riichi Tsumo, I guess. It wouldn't be Nomi anymore. Would be enough to
Right.
surpass for first. But I mean, Dealer's hand looks amazing as well. Already Ishan 10 for Riichi paid for potential Sanshoku 345.
Oh, Nathaniel, I can't see the Discord stream.
Let me pop this up for you. Is this showing now?
All right. So we leave the hand on the left could have called that white dragon, but actually it's South 4. They probably don't want to do that, yeah. Although, maybe they could have went for Honitsu.
Yeet.
Yeah, Honitsu, definitely possible. Oh, but we see the Riichi willing to take that Riichi Nomi on the 7, so it looks like.
Is that... I think it's... Actually, with the food, that might be enough for first place. Yeah,
Yeah.
2 Turbulent
Yeet.
Wonkos.
Oh,
Chasing Ricci from the dealer with a much better weight. 3 6-pin, and gets 3 with the 3-pin. It's Sanchoku.
yeah, this could be massive. And there's 2 of the 3 pin in the wall, 3 of the 6, so 5 total to draw versus the 1 for Julian. It feels like Rizeng's going to win this hand. It's hard to see a way out, but we've seen less likely things happen.
Yeah, there is a chance. Just draw the last 7, so...
With the Ricci stick as well, and the Fu, it's 1 in 50 on a Roan, assuming no bonuses.
Yeah, double Ricci 6 now, so there's... Even any hand would just be enough to get that first place.
Oh, that's the wrong
deals
tile.
in. At least it's not the Sanchoku.
Yeah, it was definitely the cheaper end.
Ricci Pinfu. No Ura. It gets a nice, decently secure lead. Mangon Sumo or Mangon Direct would be enough to steal first place from either the second or the third players.
But Rizeng, not willing to give us up just yet, is actually Ishanten again after 2 discards.
Yeah, not gonna be a great weight either way, but maybe just take it. 2 doors in the hand across the way, but I guess a direct hit would take them out of first place. They just call that they have an instant Mangon.
Yeah, and they could even be pushing here for Honitsu.
Yeah, very easily. It does look like that is what they're doing. It'd be a Hanemon, which would be enough for third place or second place off of anyone, I believe.
Yeah. And even first if you hit the dealer directly. And the dealer might throw a Ricci stick in, even on a bad weight.
She might be a little
Yeet.
short off of first. But the dealer Ricci comes out waiting on the 3-pin. 2 of them are across the way, 2 left in the wall. So Ricci Nomi, a bit of extra foo.
Julian had a decision there. Ishanten, do you accept it? And if so, which tile do you want to discard? But nothing really looked safe. The only thing that's been discarded so far has been the Sozu and the Honors. And so Julian says, maybe I can work around this. Drop the 9 so first. Let's see what can happen.
And if you're just wondering where's the south? Where's the door? Obviously, well, people don't want to throw that, but the
Yeah,
dealer
not
might end
anymore.
up throwing it. And 1 is in the hand to the left.
And so far, it doesn't feel bad to drop the Sozu. But when it comes time to push the 5 Mon, we might see Michael hesitate a little bit.
Yeah, they could have accepted that 7-so pair, but they're just going to play it safe.
Oh no, no hesitation. So Michael just throws that 2 Mon out. 5 Mon, no problem. So just full steam ahead here.
Yeah, just 1 3-pin left in the wall now. The hand across the way is getting... Oh, another Onko. I believe that is Ishanten. They get to call the Souths. Then they'll be waiting on either the 9-pin or the North.
Yeah, drawing the North or the 9, 8, or 7 pin will also give Tempai.
But yeah, Alfred on the left is probably just going to call in on that South since they built into a Honitsu Yakuai. They will want the value.
Somehow that has also turned into Honitsu. And this else just seems so dangerous, especially now that we're in row 3. We haven't seen the winning tile just yet. You're starting to wonder what it could be. Could it even be a Doratanki? It's certainly possible. Well, there's the last 3 pin.
Yeah. It doesn't fit in the hand. They
1
are Ishanten. Oh, a
Oh.
Ricci.
Oh my.
4-7 pin. Actually,
Yeah,
yeah, 4-7 pin.
4 pin would be Ipeko.
Yeah, Ricci, Honitsu, 2 Dora. So be Hanuman. Could be a massive hand if they pull it off, but
Oh.
it does not happen.
Just off by 1.
But dealer Tenpai would go around again. 2,600 in the middle right now. Hand on the left could just call the south and just secure second easily. The
And I
other
think
hands don't really have a quick way to win at the moment.
at this point there's so much incentive to do exactly that. Call your honor for Yakuhai and collect the sticks in the middle, get a positive result, because right now you're below 30,000, which is negative whether you're in first or second. And so even a small hand, a 1,000 point hand, if you're in Albert's position or Julian's position, is enough to be worth 6,000 minimum with the Uma bonus.
Yeah, I think it actually becomes, well, I guess in Alfred's position, going from third to second would be about an 11,000 point swing, going from the -5 to the +5.
Yeah, and then you add in the Ricci sticks and the Holmban and everything. It's basically a Hanuman. Oh my goodness, just draw everything, why not?
Yeah, they could be. Yes, San Anko Ishanten. They'll probably just call and go.
Yeah, here's a chance to call for Tempai, and does take it. So you can drop the 5 or the 6 here. Choose the 5. I think if you...
I guess, yeah, if you keep the 5, you could get the
1
Sananko if you just draw another 5, but reach across away. Ooh, the beautiful 147 Mon weight. 5 pin doesn't feel great to drop. The 1 might come out. It might feel safe. Or maybe not. A South comes out.
Ooh, Albert bailing here. Yeah, 5 doesn't feel safe. It might be a position where you just want to fight anyway. It does feel really bad to deal into 4th place, though, because that all but guarantees you are getting 4th yourself if you deal in, especially on the Ipatsu turn.
Yeah, it does look like just Michi, Pinfu, Tanyo, Dora. Actually, that's
a Mongon. Yeah, that's enough.
Potentially Tanyo. And the 1 is,
Sumo.
not quite Ipatsumo, but a great sumo.
Yeah, this is
Richi,
huge.
Sumo, Pinfu, Tanyo, Dora.
And Anura!
And Ura, Haneman.
So,
What does that bring him to?
I think that almost does it.
Ooh,
So close.
Second place, but consider your last, it's a massive swing.
Yeah, 2 huge hands that Michael fought for in that South 4. One that almost got there, and one that did. And big pickup for Michael. Plus 8.4 from what was going to be around a negative 20, 25, something like that. So, well done there. Rizeng, of course, retains first place, plus 19.8 with a nice finish. A nice game overall. Julian, negative 8.4, comes in third, and Albert, negative 19.8 in fourth. All right, well, let's see if we can check out when the next game is going to begin. It looks like it will start in about 3 minutes. Have we got an update of scores just yet? I know the other day Tenho was having some issues, and as a result, we weren't able to get score updates in, but I think we just got one. So Alfred moves up to, well, I guess down to 5th place, but still pretty comfortable in promotion range in B3. Michael climbing up to positive 15.8. I believe the mark to reach in B3 is 11th place. If you find yourself in 11th at the end of the season, you will be promoting. And, well, still a little bit of a gap to go to reach there, but still 3 more games in the series.
Yeah, just 40 points. It's definitely not unobtainable. Could be obtained in just one good game.
And let's see if we've got a larger picture of the standings. Here we can see on the left side of the screen the arrows indicating who will be promoting here. Rizeng with that nice first place, moving up as well. So really anybody that we see on our screen here actually has a chance with some good games in this last 2 sessions. We're in session 5. So let me make sure that's showing up properly on our screen.
Yeah, anything could happen in just a few games, so any of these players could really still be up for promotion, especially with the amount of promotion spots in the leagues this season.
And we're getting to that point of the season where you're really starting to think about what you have to do specifically to get there. Session 5 means you've got 8 games to play, and players will be starting to change their playstyle, I feel, a little bit, depending on where they're sitting in the standings. Either playing conservatively to make sure they don't fall out of promotion zone, or aggressively to stay in promotion, or to find a promotion slot, or to get out of a demotion slot. A lot of things can factor into how you feel on a given day, depending on your standings, particularly at this point in the season. So I know in all the divisions, really this applies, but at B3 it's kind of unique because there's only promotion, there's no demotion in B3. So really, you could see some very aggressive play. Everyone fighting to become one of the top 11.
Yeah, there might not be as much emphasis on defensive play since there's no real punishment to just getting bad. I mean, if you're like really needing to promote, you just go for it. And if you there's no demotion,
Yeah, if you're outside the range, you might as well go for it, right? Oh wait,
right?
it looks like the game has just started, so let's hop right in. Game number 2 of this B3 matchup. Rizeng will be our first dealer. To the right, Michael. Across the table, Albert. And to the left, Julian. Dora is the 2-mon. Dealer's hand starts off with a reasonable set of shapes here. We'll be trying to make some type of Pinfu, perhaps, but Riichi Nomi is more likely. To the right, we see a call of the Hatsu and a lot of Manzu tiles. So the early south discard indicates maybe not really a committal to the Honitsu, but rather just hoping to call into a win. Across the table, he shut down already for Riichi 1. Oh, well, make that Riichi 2, and just locks in that pair of Dora right away. And then to the left, we've got what looks to be a Pin Honitsu brewing.
Yeah, unfortunate for Michael since he was a South player discarding his seat win, but it would have ended up being Mochi Mochi anyway.
Yeah, I guess that's also unfortunate for Julian, who will have a harder time completing the Honitsu, might end up just working towards a normal hand now that the South can't be drawn.
Yeah, especially if Dora Jason tiles, but that 3-so throw might be a commit to it.
I guess you have the shapes you need without the 3-so, so for example, drawing the 5-mon would be a very nice tempai for Julian. But we saw the 5 actually called to the right, so that shape gets a little bit worse. And
yeah, they did throw the 7-mon, and now they are tempai waiting the 8-so. So they didn't want to commit to the Honitsu. Just the green dragon, but at this point you'll just take the 1,000 points.
yeah, maybe this is the idea of I can't see the Dora, I don't know where they are, so I'm gonna make sure whoever has them doesn't get the chance to win their hand.
He gets to switch to the 6-7-so weight, bit wider.
Very pretty. I love the multi-side weights like this. Oh,
Now switches to the 5-8.
now this one I'm not convinced on.
That's not. Yeah. If they were going Honitsu, still sure, but they already have 3 5s and then 2 8s in their hand and 1 5 in the board.
Could have switched there again to a 3-4-6, but this may pay off because it looks
Yeah,
like Rizeng wants to drop this 8 mon.
yeah, it's very live or lone in the dealer's hand. So it might just end up paying off.
Julian on the left making the switch to pairs has 5 now, so Ishan 10 for Chitoy. And across the table, Albert, still Ishan 10, has not been able to find Tempai. Oh, here's a Dora.
Could Dora Tonki.
Does Dora
And
Tonki? Oh
does.
my.
One of those left in the wall, and the other two are not coming out from Alfred's hand.
Well, and immediately the 8 mon comes out. Well, good play from Rizeng, not discarding that when it would have dealt in. Chi across the way from Albert, so that's Tempai on the 7, so.
Tanyo Dora 2.
Cool 3,900.
Just 1 7 so left in the wall.
And since Julian's going for pairs, unlikely to discard from the pair in hand. So 1 2 mon, 1 7 so. I don't think it will leave dealer's hand, even if it were drawn. So we'll enter Ryukyoku. Everyone Tempai except for the dealer. So dealer extend 3,000 points, split among the rest of the table, and we'll move to East 2.
Yeah, ultimately not a bad outcome.
Yeah, for Michael there, before drawing the Dora, 1,000 points was about the expected value of that hand anyway. So, well, not expected value, but expected result on a win.
Right.
Now, the expected result of this win might be a little bit more. We're actually Ishan 10 already.
Yeah, beautiful shapes and beautiful fill-ins for the dealer.
There's a choice there. Had the 3-5 pin and the 8-9 pin. Chose to keep the 8-9 shape because that accepts the Dora, but the 3-5 shape accepts Tanyao. Do you have a preference?
Well, yeah, especially since you could I guess it would be a little far away, but you could just call, and Tanyao versus Dora is the same value. Orichi already for the hand on the right, waiting on
4-7.
4-7.
Ooh, a
Yeah,
big Dora.
yeah, Dora. Ooh, but so many of them are there to the left that the Richi comes out.
So there's just a 6 so.
Ooh, just a 6 so.
For Richi Dora as well.
See, there's 1 4-pin and 2. Oh, draws the Dora.
Beautiful.
Absolutely massive. Richi, Sumo, Dora 2. And it's stick donation. Ura doesn't make a difference, but massive hand to pull away from the standings and into first.
All right. Well, I think I saw the freeze indicator, so let's go ahead and just refresh before anything happens. Yeah,
nice two Dora in the dealer's hand.
See if they're able to pull something out. We'll switch over to dealer again. Albert with that 4 mon. Maybe a Tanyao here. Maybe just Richi Dora 2. Get around. Toyman looking pretty good for potential Richi Dora 1. With a potential tricky Shampoo weight if you end up with a pair of Norths and a pair of something else.
Yeah, 3 pairs in that hand now.
I think if you are reasoning across the table, you're trying to turn this into a Pinfu. Maybe Pinfu Peiko now, that you have the 4-4-5-5 shape. You can draw a pair of 3s or a pair of 6s and drop one of your other pairs like the North.
Oh, but 5 pairs now.
Okay. Change of plans. Yeah, it's so awkward. It's hard to make Chitoy work. But in this case, it would be Chitoy Dora 2 because you'd always hold on to the 4 mon here, I think.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be super tricky. Let's say you drew the 3 mon here and declared Richi with the 4, waiting on the 1 mon. Like, that would be such a sick trap.
Right. It doesn't look like a Chitoy from the discards that much either. Ooh, the 3 mon pair backfire.
Absolute pain. But that's Chitoy. That's what happens.
Yeah. Nice villain for the dealer. They could get a Ricci Pinfu Tanya with this hand.
Interesting.
Well,
Ricci
calls
Pinfu.
for Tanya. Yeah, and Dora 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely call for the Dora 2,
Yeah,
Tanya.
yeah, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, especially since it's getting late. Not so much time to wait for a Ricci.
Julian on the right has been Ishan 10 for a while and just has not been able to find 258 pin yet. Or it's 3-6 mon, for that matter.
Yeah, that's a great Ishanin, just not filling in.
You have that Samenchan, you expect it to draw it eventually, but everyone else at the table drawing those 2s, 5s, and 8s. A slightly wider Ishan
Yeah,
10 for Albert here.
perfect Ishanten.
And
Love to
for
see it.
Julian. The nice thing about Albert's perfect Ishan 10 here is that you can call the Dora and
Yeah,
make a Mongon instantly.
but unfortunately, well, for him, the other Dora are probably not leaving the hands. But Tanyo Dora 2 is by far good enough. You just take any Tenpai you can get.
Speaking of taking Tenpai, that's Michael's pen on the left, waiting Atozuka for the Haku, and then Albert calling the 2 pin. Now Tenpai 5-8 mon for the Tainodora 2.
Yeah, a lot of them are already dead. It might even be... Oh, the last 8 mon?
Yeah, last 8 mon.
Tanyo Dora 2.
That was the last tile, in fact, for that 5-8 wait. All the 5s were gone, so Albert on a roll, picking up 2 big wins.
And great shapes for starting it as well.
This looks great. 4 pairs. Now, I don't think you want to make Cheetway out of this, but how about some type of Pinfu? Pinfu Tanya, Ricci?
Yeah. Draws adjacency to the Dora as well.
We might see a south cut here, or now that you've drawn this 6 pin, you can use the south as your pair, and you've got perfect Ishan 10. Even Sanshoku 5-6-7 is possible.
Yeah.
And it's so spectacular, we haven't really looked at any of the others, but, well, Toyman is collecting Manzu across the table, so that looks like it wants to be Chinitsu. And then to the left, Michael grabs the first of 2 Yakuhai pairs. There's another Pon, so this should be Tenpai for the 3 pin. Oh, and there's a 3 pin from Albert.
Oh, it comes out.
Oh, this is a cheap win.
Just a 1K.
You had such a sparkling hand. It's a shame to lose it to 1,000 points, but fair play. Michael ending the dealership, and...
Oh, wow. That hand across the way. 3 value Yakuai pairs.
Another hand where you're thinking, can I make Honitsu out of this? And I guess if you're going to do that, probably the Manzu is the suit you're looking at.
Instant pawn. I like it.
No hesitation. You know there's
Definitely.
a plan when...
Oh, another? Yeah, just go for it.
The pawns are coming out this fast. Hasn't revealed the Honitsu suit yet either. Even delays it further with this Chun discard.
Yeah, it was twice cut already, so it's fair enough to just discard it.
Right, and helps discard... Oh, there's another one!
3rd Yakuai pawn.
Everyone at the table's thinking, wait, Suiso? Surely it couldn't be.
But throws a pay anyway.
Oh,
Ricci from the dealer, 6-9. So Ricci Pinfu.
Dora 1.
Dora.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Oh,
That's so sad. Michael had such a great hand coming together, and you just draw the Ipatsu tile. That is so sad.
Oh, dealer Mongon.
But that's huge for Julian, who's catching up to Albert now.
Yeah.
All the way up to 38-9, another dealer continuance.
Pretty decent hand already. Yeah, just getting more and more improvements.
Lots
really
of Mon
hard to
suiting.
read Mon shape, kind of.
Right? That 1-2 needs a 3, and then you have the 2-3-4, and 5-6-7, and floating.
Get the 3 Mon, you get Ipeiko. Yeah, shift to Tanyo. That'd be the ideal draw, I believe.
And who knows, Julian might want to just go full force towards that Shinitsu. There's Itsu possibilities somehow. What's that Tenpai on the left already? Albert with a pen 7 mon, not willing to clear the Ricci for just that.
Yeah, it's Oh, definitely a weird tenpai.
I wonder if we'll even throw the 8-9 here. No, just gonna stay Dama. Maybe now that the Dora starts to be discarded, we saw West come out of Julian's hand. He'll be a little bit more comfortable declaring the Ricci.
Actually, oh, I
Kang.
thought, oh, that Khan. Maybe now they'll call Ricci.
Yeah, that seems like.
Sumo.
Oh, there's
Oh,
Sumo.
well,
Sumo Nomi, but you're in
that's
first
fine.
place, so it's fine. Just move things along. But two potential Ura hits would have been nice. Although the Khan was just before the Sumo,
Right.
so
Couldn't have known, but it feels a little bad. It's like, well, if only I had just hit the button. Oh, and speaking of
nice
if
Mon
only,
shape for the dealer. But throws the double south, even though it's the Yakuai.
yeah, I think this is one of those situations where maybe you consider holding on to the south over the 1-2 pin as your first
Yeah,
discard. However, there was a chance at like a Chanta Junchan, so
or the Sanchoku.
yeah, so it's understandable.
I'm assuming they didn't have both at the beginning, so
Right. It was
maybe
just
it's
the
fine to
first
just
south.
throw it. I believe this is Ishanten for the dealer.
Yes, not quite the Junchan or the
Oh,
Sanchoku.
the one so discard earlier is so unfortunate.
Yeah, that's
But maybe they draw back into it.
it's a possibility. There's two left in the wall. We did see the Haku call on the left, and Julian, not an expensive hand here, just the 1,000 points. I haven't seen the Green Dragon. That's the Dora. It just came out of Julian's hand. Well, Julian has Tempai now, so 8 so.
Just 1,000 points, but since you're in second, it's fair enough to just move the hand along.
Well,
Especially without the Dora. Now, I guess he had one, but now two visible.
they just...
Each.
Oh, there's the Ricci. Ricci Ipeko, waiting for the last 3 Mon.
It is also a Suchi trap.
Do you ever hit the button? You're so confident in your weights, all right, there's 2 of these left, 2 of these left. Just need my tile. Hit the button, Ricci. Oh, and then look up the board and see that one of your winning tiles has just come out before you hit the button. You only have 1 left. I do that frequently, so
Yeah. Sometimes, but even if you do see that, you're the dealer. You can scare people off of the Ricci.
yeah, with the Dora gone as well, it's unlikely that someone's got a massive hand here.
Oh, just draw the last 3. Ricci Siwo Ipeko. No Ura, but
That's still
6,000
huge.
points. Great.
Like on
Still
the last tile
third,
like that,
but
I'm never expecting to see it come out and to draw it.
yeah, another great Mon shape for the dealer.
We've seen some really fantastic Mon shapes tonight. As it is, this is Ishan.
I guess
Let me amend that
Tushanten.
statement. Yeah, Tushanten. I want it to be Ishanten. It'd be interesting if you could get an Itsu out of this in the Manzu.
Yeah, definitely very possible. Just draw the 6, and you might end up with that 3-sided Ricci, Pinfu, potential Itsu.
Yeah, nobody else looking super fantastic, so it'll be one of those hands where people are trying to put things together. With perfect draws, the hand on the left could be nice. But Dora is starting to come out, so it might not end up being a huge factor in this round. We see 2 the 1 pin discarded from the dealer already. 1 is in the hand to the right.
Ooh, the 6 Mon draw.
So this is
Been
the
unfortunate for
Ishanten.
the dealer throwing away the Dora pair, but I know I like to sometimes just throw away a lone Dora, especially if it's a terminal, just so no one calls it later.
Yeah, it is, especially if you don't think, if it's really hard to use, like you said, a terminal. Sometimes hanging on to it can just slow your hand down. You keep trying to find a way to use it, and you lose efficiency elsewhere. You sacrifice efficiency to try to use it.
Yeah, ideal draw for the dealer would be that 5. Oh, throws away the 6. Doesn't like how the 5 so looks.
And maybe just full greed the Chinitsu at this point. I mean,
Maybe
if you can call the 8 Mon, the 9 Mon's not that
another
far away.
Mon, but just
What?
decides to Karagiri the 5. At least just throw the 4. 4 so see what happens.
Yeah, or the...
But as it stands, it could be Ricci, Pinfu. Maybe you get that 7, you get the Ipeco, and then the Itsu.
Each.
Another Mon. I guess that is just a Ricci, Pinfu. Actually,
Richie
ooh.
Peiko.
Yeah, that's
リーチ
just a 7 Mon weight,
Oh, and the
I
chase
believe.
comes
Well, the
in.
258 across the way, that
It's
is
looking a bit
so
better.
good. Yeah, there's no 7 Mon left in the wall. At least a lot of the 258 are in your own hand. The 5 is safe to the dealer, Ricci, so maybe that or the 2 or 8 comes out.
Looks like
It looks
two.
very dangerous across the way with no Mon dropped.
Right, so we wouldn't expect Julian to drop the 7 Mon, and he's the only player who could deal into Rizeng here.
Let's see, the 5s are dead.
It's 1-8 and 2 of the 2
1-8.
Mon.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's one of the
1 2
2.
Mon. Yeah, Sozu looks like the safe route to bail. And
Just the 2 reaches Tenpai.
yeah, you
Fortunate
could.
for the 3-sided weight to not win, but you'll take not dealing in either.
That's true. We go again. Dealer slowly making progress towards that 30k mark.
Yeah, 2,600 in the middle, so any hand will bring them to it. 4 pairs now. I guess they're probably thinking the Chi Toy. Hand doesn't really look like that great otherwise, especially with a 6 Mon cut.
Yeah, 6 Mon feels like you're leaning Chi-Toy or angling Honitsu. Yeah, 7 definitely is a Chi-Toy play.
Yeah,
Because
drawing
you're
that 6-7 shape is...
yeah, there's your door acceptance shape.
Yeah.
All right, so we have an idea what the dealer's doing. Anybody else have anything interesting? Well, an Anko just drawn on the left, and this is Ishanten.
Yeah, they get the 7. They could have a weird pseudo Sananko if they get the 6 pin,
Mm-hmm.
not if they get the 5 pin. It's definitely some good value there.
Now, dealer's hand has progressed. 5 pairs now, and a lot of them in the Pinzu.
Yeah, decent pair candidates.
Unbeknownst to Rizing, of course, the 9 pin is not a good pair candidate. Speaking of pairs, to the right, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So that is Ishanta for Chi-Toy, but could also be a normal hand.
I think throwing that 2, maybe rejecting the normal hand a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe the thought is I can either lock in the Ipeco if it does end up being a normal hand, or just keep going for the Chi-Toy. Keeping the 2, though, does give you a little more flexibility. You can draw the 1 Mon as a bonus tile. Ooh.
Draws an Onko, rejects it.
Yeah, says no. Okay. No fancy Anko business, no toy, no Ipeco. This is just going to be a Chi-Toy door 2, it looks like.
Julian could have kept the 5 for a wider Ishanten, but just rejects it, keeps the 4 as the lone tile, or tile that just kind of sticks out.
It seems like the only player with a normal hand is Albert across the table.
Yeah, it's getting... I think that's Ishanten for them as well. It would just be Ricci, possibly Pinfu. Oh, that is Tenpai, I believe. Yeah, waiting on 3 so, but Yakulis does not take it, maybe believing the Sananko possibilities. It's not cut at all, so it's not a terrible weight or anything, although there's only 1 left in the wall. Could have had the Karagiri Ricci on that 4 so, but does not take it. We're just not wanting to risk anything or not wanting to push people out either.
Well, finally, Tenpai for Albert across the way. Dama
Ooh,
as there
it's gonna deal
No.
in.
are only three tiles remaining at that discard. So Pinfu only, but that's
Yep.
actually Pinfu plus 2 reach sticks plus 2 Homba. So picks up 36.
Yeah, plus taking it from your direct second place competitor.
Yep.
Always a good feeling.
And that really helps solidify the lead for Albert, although still South 2, still a bit of a ways to go. Michael calls the Hatsu immediately. Doesn't look like a sparkling hand, but maybe one that you can just speed your way to the finish line, get to go again as dealer.
Yeah. Possibly Mon Hanitsu, but the shapes aren't too great.
You could see a world where that happens. You start to draw another Mon tile, you discard your 1-2, and depending on how those shapes come together, you might find a route to dropping the 4-4 as well.
Another Mon coming in though, but throws the one Mon. Could go for Toy Toy at
Home.
least. 3 pairs in the hand.
Oh, now it does the drop the 1-2.
Yeah, throws some pins for now, but I definitely call the Force over the Toy Toy.
Absolutely. Now the other question, do you call the 6? Oh well, forget that.
Ooh.
Now you do.
Now maybe, especially if you just draw that 8 Mon, absolutely just greed for the Toy Toy Honitsu Yakubai.
That would be beautiful.
Maybe not. Maybe this is a little too obvious. It just no one will throw Mon into that.
Con?
Do you con? Absolutely. Oh, you need that? Oh, not yet. Not yet.
We'll wait. Now the problem is if you call Poland,
Yeah.
you can't con. You have to discard. You're leaving yourself a little vulnerable here. If you are,
Yeah.
if you would like the greedy con.
And it does kind of destroy your options for the greed for the Honitsu Toy Toy, but maybe it's fair enough.
All right, now we see it upon reaching Tempai.
Con.
There it is. Pin tiles, not what Michael wanted to see. A 3-pin twice to the right.
A Rinshan would have been nice, but all of those winning tiles were just left in other players' hands.
Now this gives Albert potentially a lot of value. If Albert draws the 6-pin for Tempai, that's reach Pinfu Tanyao Dora 3. It doesn't even really need to reach either.
Yeah, could even shift into Sanshoku. A little bit of work to do that, though.
This is Tempai across the table for
Each.
Julian. Does clear the Ricci, waiting on the 7-pin for Ricci Dora 1. 2 Dora indicators, though.
G.
Albert does make the
Yeah.
call.
2 7-pin left in the wall. Not terrible for a weight like that. The Dora adjacency makes it
Home.
less likely to come out from someone else. It's Tempai for the dealer for Toy Toy Hatsu.
Oh, the 6
Ooh,
comes
the
out,
6.
and there's that Mongon for Albert. Tanyao Dora 3. Yeah, making the call, you could only win on the Dora 6-pin, and so Albert knew exactly what his score would be here. Thought that was worth pushing, and it was 57.5 the score.
Yeah, and it pushed Julian below 30,000. So if you keep that up, you get that extra 5 UMA.
Absolutely. We'll do a quick refresh here. I saw a pair of Chun and a pair of Dora in this dealer hand, so Albert might not be done with the winning ways just yet. Now the Chun is Mochi Mochi with Michael on the left, so that might be a little bit hard to handle. However, Albert doesn't need to go Otozuke. Has great shapes, actually.
Yeah, just draw another 4-pin and just go Tanya. Might even decide to do that before that, or...
Yeah, you can make that decision here. This is Ishanten. Chun is your pair. Draw the 4-7 Mon for Tempai. Of course, I think it's a little more ideal to just draw around the door, or draw the door
just
yourself.
draw the Dora. Doesn't go for the easy
Eat.
or the Tanya shift. Ricci, 4-7 Mon.
Now you
No,
might make
right,
that
though.
shift. You could call for
Yeah.
Tempai here. It would
Oh,
be
you
Otozuke
could.
way.
And it would be Dora 4, but it doesn't really change the value of your hand.
Right.
But it does make your hand look scary.
So I wonder if that delay was. I'm sure it was Albert thinking about whether to call pawn or not, but it also could have been Rizeng across the table thinking about whether to break the Ipatsu or not. And the other
Pawn.
players won't know
Definitely.
which. Oh,
Just discard the tunes.
Pawn.
Ooh.
and Michael, from the position of fourth place, feels the need to press on. So 2 calls into this hand.
It forfeits nicely the dealer hand.
You wish you
It's
had your
bet-
3-mon back.
Yeah. It's Ishanten though, so might even Dama for just Pinfu, Tanyao, Door 3. Although with the Ricci, maybe just go big or go home.
The ideal draw here, probably the 5-mon.
Oh yeah, that would actually be Peiko. Ooh,
So this is
that
tempo at
helps.
2d10. Still might be worth pushing. Sozu doesn't look that bad. You can, of course, small.
Yeah. No 8-mon left,
We can see
but there
this
are
1-5.
1-5?
Yeah. Well, we've seen Albert win with a lone mon tile before. That earlier 3-mon before it reached Smolly Peiko.
Another 7-mon drawn across the way. This is actually Chitoy Ishanten now. But there's no more, like one more draw left. If you get Tenpai, maybe.
Sumo.
Ooh, that 7-mon. Last 7-mon. Ricci, Subo, Pinfu. And an Ura.
That's actually
So
pretty
close
big.
to 30k. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it brings you to second as well.
Well, sparkling hand here.
Yeah,
I think I
lots
know
of
what this is going to
so's.
be.
I mean, it has to be. It isn't. It could just be a Tanya, but throwing the 6-mon.
I'm trying to think of
might as well.
a sequence of draws that would cause his hand to not be Honitsu.
I guess everyone throwing your Yakuhai pairs. Well, not paired up yet. Maybe just draw like Tanyo tiles.
Okay, yeah, Tanyao could be it. But yeah, definitely looks like Honitsu here. To the right, a bit messy. Rising needs 3,300. So a 300 hand would do that.
Maybe just full Chinitsu at this point.
Yeah, at this point, might as well. Okay, Ricci, Sumo, Uda, something like that might work for Rizeng to the right. Across the table, you just need points, so you're probably going to wait for Ricci. Maybe Ricci, Sanshoku, 3 for 5, something like that. Oh, this is Tempai.
Dora pair for the dealer. Just the 5, so not great, but there could be some improvements with the pawn. 4-6.
Even a
so
Chi
pawn.
here.
Is Chi? Did it really change anything? I don't think so.
You wait 5-8 after discarding the
yeah.
4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good Chi then. Yeah.
But 2 of the 8s are gone, so you only got 1 extra tile out this way. And you lost your kind of nice upgrade path. Because now Pon leaves you with a Tonki. However, you kind of expect if anybody draws...
Pon.
Oh, yeah, so...
Just take it extra value. That's what? Honitsu, Yakuhai, Dora 3. Yeah, Hanemon. Yeah, 2 7-sos still left in the wall somewhere. But no one's... Ooh, 2-5. Yeah, it goes for the 2-5. Double pair weight. A lot of those still left in the wall as well.
And if you're looking at this discard path, I guess you can still think it's Honitsu, but that's a lot of middle So tiles to be discarding for. Honitsu and just draw it.
Yeah, back up to 30k, massive hand. Dealer Hanemon, not too far away from first even. Actually,
just shy.
Any hand gives you first, but not guaranteed since you'll have to pass off the dealer naturally. Or if someone just runs the current first player, then you'll be left in first. Unless it's just a 1,000 point hand.
Yeah, well, this is dealers. Oh, yeah, right. If someone else hit 1,000 off of Albert, there'd be a 13 swing, so just short. But, okay, well, we've got Hatsu as the Dora. Once discarded by Albert, once across the table in Michael's hand. Chun pair up for Julian, who, well, you can just call and make your 1,500 point hand plus Homba.
Yeah, sadly, the tune was discarded from the left. Oh, just draw the last tune
Just draw
yourself.
it. Other
Never
hands
mind.
not looking bad, though, to the right. Maybe the only awkward thing is just too many pairs here, but you could even consider discarding 9-mon, 9-mon and moving towards a Tanyao. Especially if your goal is to somehow make it over 30k, you need Hanemon. And reach Tanyao,
Yeah,
Pinfu, Tsumo, Ura, something like that.
definitely do that. I guess could have kept that 8-pin for a potentially Peiko. Oh, maybe there's some potential there.
Yeah, now
Throw
which
the
is
6 before the 9. I guess you were gonna have Tanya if you keep that 9. I guess it's fair to bail later with the 9-pin or the 9-mon pair if you see something dangerous.
And let's see. Well, there was already a pair of 3-pin. If there wasn't that pair of 3-pin, I would say this kind of works because then you draw the 7, 5 or 7, you can shift back into using it for your Mon shape. But with the pair
Right.
already locked away, that makes a little less sense. I guess if you draw the 5 or the 7 anyway, you can just drop the 9-mon pair. So it works out either way. Toyman again, battling for points. Looks like
Yeah,
a Ricci
Dealer
Tanya Pinshu.
Ishanten. Not a great one.
A callable one, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Albert has been choking the tiles that Julian needs. 2 of the 2, and 2 of the 3 Mon have been stuck in hand. And actually, for Albert, this is 5 pairs, so Chitoy possible. I'm sure, of course, Albert is willing to call anything for Tenpai, but now that the Ricci stick comes out from Rizeng, might be reconsidering all of this. Is Tenpai?
Oh, you could deal in right here for the 3-pin.
At least the 4 is
Avoids
the
the deal
dodges,
in.
yeah.
If those in the Suji safe 3-mon. Yeah, first, you don't want to deal in like that.
Yeah, there's a couple
Yeet.
ways to think about this, and Albert's definitely playing the I don't need to win this hand, and Sumo's totally fine for me.
Ooh, 369, so way to cross away. Ricci Pinfu, possibly Tanya. About as good as you could expect for that hand.
Yeah.
A lot of them are already into the discard pile.
Tough defensive task for Julian, who wants to win this hand, wants to keep pushing this. It's probably not the worst case to deal in here, because you can see all the Dora, or at least
Sadly,
3 of the Dora.
just the 9 so left in the wall, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 3 so is
Yeah,
dead.
6 is gone as well. Okay, so
Yeah.
Ryukyoku will go again. That actually is huge. Albert paying out 3,000. You would have expected one of those players to win,
Right.
but that puts Julian in the lead.
But with the amount of 6 on the table, you can just as easily get back into first to that any 1k hand.
Very
It's a
good
bit
point.
more with the Dora already in a usable shape. And another Dora drawn, actually.
So definitely has the value. Just needs to put the hand together. And speaking of putting hands together, on the right, we have an Anko of the Chun already. Con for flow, I think, is not correct here.
Yeah, you'd like to, but it's
With a
just getting
Mongon.
Urasan somewhere would be nice.
Yeah, a Mongon is enough. So Ricci, Chun, Sumoura, something like that will do it. And this is perfect
Beautiful
Ishanten.
Ishanten.
Very wide.
Could call just to end things out.
Yeah, I don't
does
like it.
not.
I like the pass here.
Yeah,
You have
might
a
as well. It's early enough.
This hand deserves more than 2,000 or 1,000 points, even with all of the sticks in the middle. And you have a chance to put yourself in a positive position.
Yeah, keep Draws the door, but just keeps the perfect Shanten. Yeah, Mongon, yeah, would be able to bring them up to 30k as well. So just hit some aura.
Oh, this tempai. Albert throws the stick out. 4-pin is the weight. Ricci Dora 2. This is a big hand.
Yeah, all of them are left in the wall.
Oh, but there's the chase. Will be the 4-7 probably.
Probably.
I don't think the 6 is any better than the 5. Oh,
takes
no.
it to Champon.
So like maybe just thinking half Suji is better than no safety at all, but it is a little bit weaker of a weight. I think you really want to maximize the winning
There's
chances.
just 1 5-mon left in the wall for that, sadly. 2 6-pin in other players' hands.
Unlikely to come out of those hands as well.
If the other 2 players draw the 4-pin, it fits well enough into their hand. So yeah, still all of them in the wall.
4 versus 1.
Dealer could take Ishantanir, but
4,600 in the middle of the table right now.
well, they get Ishantan anyway.
Oh,
Ooh, that last 5! You have to take it.
You have to take it. Hope for Uda.
A little bit of pause. Ricci Chun.
Oh, the Wasan! There it is!
Enough to bring it up. Yeah, still 3rd place, but the positive 3rd place that hand is effectively like a Baimon.
Yes. Because you won the 8,000 points plus the 4,600 in the middle, and then your placement changed from a negative score, a negative 5, to a plus minus 0. Well, you went to 3rd, to 0, but you picked up 5 extra points. So 17,600 essentially.
Yeah, rewarded for just keeping the hand closed.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really liked the play there to greed for a little bit more out of that hand. And so that is game number 2. Julian retains first place with a positive 33.4. Albert feeds into that last hand there, but still a positive finish. Very nicely done. Plus 11.3. Rizang climbs into 3rd place with that final hand, positive 2.3. And for Michael, negative 47. Had a bit of a rough go of things in this game, but still plenty more games to go. Let's see if we can get one more score refresh. And sometimes the 1 beats the 4.
Yeah, it's just the tile in the right place can make all the difference.
Yeah, we did see the 7-mon come out, I believe, so either way would have won, but it was...
It's been fortunate for Michael, but not... It's just like about 80 points to promote. Not out of question.
Nope. Just swap the standings here, and all of a sudden you're right back into things. And still 2 more games to play in this round 5 matchup. And then we'll have one more session, the snaked session, after that. So looking forward to seeing where the standings lie after this session is completed. And then based off of your standing, you will determine who you'll be playing against in the final round. And so that's always quite interesting to see how that falls into play. All right, we'll get a quick look at the big standings here. Alfred, who had dropped down to 5th momentarily, back up to 4th. And the other players still climbing and chasing behind, aiming for that promotion slot.
Yeah, very good stats for Alfred overall. Solid EV, 2nd highest in B3.
Very low deal-in percentage.
Yeah, sub 10% deal-in.
Quite good. There's another name here that I recognize from a little bit earlier in this morning. Jessa, in 14th place currently, on the bubble, aiming to promote here, had an absolute wonderful session in the first qualifier round for the IORMC, the International Online Ricci Mahjong Championships, USA qualifiers. Finished with I want to say 260 something points in 4 Hanchan, plus 264, something like that. Absolute ridiculous score line. And I personally dealt into a Yakuman, a counted Yakuman for Jessa. And so things are looking strong for Jessa to continue to move forward and hopefully qualify for the main event. And there will be more qualifiers happening every Saturday from today until the end of the month, and I think maybe even into the first week of October. So
Yeah.
I know we were talking about that a little bit at the beginning of the stream when I had us muted. But Dustin, you were saying you were playing that as well, and
Yeah.
it's quite fun. Even though I dealt into the Akamon, I enjoy that game tremendously, and the entire series. It was quite fun. I know there's a lot of participants from the American Ricci Mahjong League who are also attempting to qualify. So looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
Yeah, having the practice from no red fives does help with that qualifier.
Absolutely. The rules are very similar to those of the American Ricci Mahjong League. And so if anybody who is viewing this is interested in participating in either those qualifiers or the league itself, you can reach out to the league through our Twitter page at American Ricci. You can also visit our website, americanricci.org, to sign up for the league. And if you do register, you can get in contact with the administration for news about other events that are happening, such as the online qualifiers for the IORMC and other tournaments that may be happening throughout the country. And in addition to that, if you are interested in watching some of our other broadcasts, you can view those at our YouTube page, tinyurl.com/ARMLYT. You can give us a subscription there and a follow on Twitch to know whenever we go live. And well, Dustin, any final thoughts?
Those it was just 2 games we saw today, but they're very exciting actually. Like lots of impact, exciting hands, some great mahjong. Just glad to see it.
Absolutely. And a lot of these players, especially in the B3 division, are players that I am not personally familiar with, players who I haven't seen very frequently. So I'm really excited to learn the play styles and see all of these new exciting Mahjong players. I know we'll have a bunch of new players in the fall season. So if you're, again, signups are open until the 19th, I believe. Visit the website for that. And I think we'll have another 2 Hanchan broadcast tomorrow evening, same time, different table, I believe, but another B3 matchup, and we'll get a similar experience. Hopefully we will be unmuted for the majority of it. But with that being said, I definitely enjoyed watching tonight's action and looking forward to seeing you all in the next one. So for Dustin, this is Nathaniel. Thank you for watching the American Ricci Mahjong League. See you next time.
See ya.